Burkina Faso's military administration, under Captain Traoré's leadership, has sent a strong warning to ECOWAS that escalating tensions could spark conflicts. In a recent speech, he accused ECOWAS and more especially its leader, Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, of being responsible for the deaths of several Nigerians.
Ladies and gentlemen, how you guys doing, man? Hey, thank you for tuning in and welcome back once again to yet another episode of Proudly Motherland, man. If this is your first time coming through, they call me Mr. J. I'm a proud son of the soil, man. I'm a motherlanding and I live out in the diaspora, man. And for the past couple of months, man, I've been dropping a whole lot of vlogs talking about issues affecting my continent because I am a proud son of the soil, you feel me? Now, I know that for a couple of weeks now, man, I've not been doing a whole lot. And I had a whole lot of personal issues that I had to handle. But yes, I just want to say, man, we are back and we are going to hit the ground running. And I just want to appreciate everybody who's been watching Mr. J, man, before the hiatus that I took. And he saw love, and it tells Mr. J that you have Africa at heart, you feel me? And before we get started, I just want to say this, man. Do not forget to give us that thumbs up, man. Hit that subscribe button and leave your comment, man. The more comments I see from you folks, man, the more I know that you have us at heart. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about the Sahel region of Africa, man. If you have been watching the news, man, it seems as if recently there's always something coming out from that region, and there's always something interesting to see is that the new school leaders who came up in the Sahel region, they are trying to move their various countries into different directions, man. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about the coups that took place a couple of months ago, and new leaders came in and that's taking out the Europeans and colonialist puppets, you know, that were in place, that were raking and just destroying those beautiful countries. And these new leaders came in and they decided that it's time to take a 360 turn from the mundane, from the usual system that has been raking and destroying these beautiful African countries and their resources for the past 50 plus years. And one of these countries that we are going to focus on today is that of Burkina Faso. Yes, Burkina Faso is a beautiful country out there in the Sahel region, ladies and gentlemen. And when we talk about Burkina Faso, we should think about one of the greatest visionaries as a son of the soil. I grew up reading about Thomas Sankara, man, and we all know how that story went. So a couple of years ago, man, there's a new leader that came up in that country, man. He goes by the name President Captain Ibrahim Traoré. This man has been doing amazing things, man. This man decided that it's time to turn his country away from the usual, away from the corrupt, away from the manipulations of its colonial masters, one of the worst colonial masters and imperialists to ever exist on the planet Earth. Yes, I'm talking about France. We don't want to go into details and talk about the various countries around the world that this colonial master has destroyed. We will not dwell on that. But today I want us to focus on this new vision and this new visionary, on this new president who is trying to take this country to a whole different dimension. And he has been doing that. Not just speaking about it. He's been doing projects. He's been changing systems in place that were meant to keep the country perpetually poor. Now, this vlog I want to talk about this president and the recent warning that he sent to the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, man. Yes, President Bola Tinubu. Now, Ibrahim Traoré just issued a warning to the Nigerian president, and he does that because this man is the current sitting chairperson of The bloc is known as the ECOWAS bloc, and we all know that that bloc is actually being sponsored and manipulated by colonial master France. Because that bloc, it seems as if it was created to do the biddings of France and the Europeans. It seems as if that bloc was created not for the benefit of these African states that are members in. That is a story for a different day, man. We're not going to dwell on that on this vlog, but I want to dwell on the warning that Captain Ibrahim Traoré sent out. Now, you might be asking me, but why is this leader, although young, is already more advanced in statesmanship? Because this man seems to understand clearly exactly what is happening, and he is taking these steps, and he is partnering with partners that help him to move in a different way, in a different direction. Or some of these moves have already irritated the West, which, as we all know, man, they are currently seeking and trying to ensure that this man is taken out, just like they took out Thomas Sankara. But ladies and gentlemen, this warning shot that this man sent to the sitting president, to the sitting chairperson of ECOWAS, is that of many of my citizens who have died, many of the citizens of the Republic of Niger who have died, and many of the citizens of the Republic of Mali who have died due to the sanctions that you got placed on us, limiting the importation of medicine, importation of certain vital needs, certain vital goods that can actually help people sustain their lives. Your hands are covered in blood. Now, we all know that when President Bola Tinubu of Nigeria moved in, he made a statement talking about, man, we will no longer be toothless bulldogs. And they have been vehemently been trying to ensure that they send military forces into these countries to replace some of these puppets that these current leaders took out. They have been doing everything. And when these countries decided to move away from ECOWAS, articles and reports say that ECOWAS was going to lose a whole lot of money for some projects in other countries, member states, but it really didn't matter because these people were not there for their people. And we have realized and we have seen that Ibrahim Traoré, President Ibrahim Traoré, he has been outspoken about all of these things. Let me just say this, my ladies and gentlemen. If you are an African leader, there is absolutely no reason why you should stand for banning and placing sanctions on a fellow African country. Now, so many scholars from Nigeria have come out and say that the chairperson for ECOWAS is going about this whole thing in the wrong way. Now, we are not going to dwell on this current situation happening in Nigeria. Everybody knows that the currency has been devalued. Everybody knows that citizens of that beautiful country, Nigeria, are going through one of the worst period of their life, man. Hardship, man. No jobs, food insecurity, man. Public insecurity and everything. Now, this young president sending this warning shot to President Bola Tinubu. I want to ask you guys, I want to throw this out to you. Do you think that President Ibrahim Traoré is correct for calling out the president of Nigeria for being responsible for the death of these citizens of these various countries where they place sanctions on? They place sanctions on things like medications for hospitals. We all know that any given day you go to any hospital in any country, you will have people there with one situation or the other. Now imagine for how long these sanctions have been placed on these countries just because they are trying to move their countries into a different direction. They are trying to do what is best for their citizens. Now think about these sanctions that the chairperson of ECOWAS is vehemently supporting. It is limiting and it is killing some of the citizens of these beautiful countries in which ECOWAS, in acceptance with France, in acceptance with the European Union and its Western allies, they continue to put pressure on these leaders. Now, the thing is this. putting pressure and ensuring that these sanctions are still kept in place by ECOWAS on these member states who pulled out of that organization is not going to deter these people from doing what they came into power to do. And the only thing I see deterring any of these leaders, I'm talking about leaders in Burkina Faso, I'm talking about leaders in the Republic of Niger, I'm talking about leaders in Mali, is if these folks do what they do best. I'm talking about the West, especially France. They orchestrate another assassination. But God forbid they do that. Because we all know that, especially the president of Burkina Faso, man, he is surrounding himself with one of the strongest arch enemy of the West, and that is Russia. And Russia is ensuring that this man is highly protected. Russia has been sending special forces to ensure that this man's security is on the top front of anything. And we all know that with Russia in position, it's going to be very, very difficult for the West to come in and do whatever they want to do. We all seen the various assassination attempts, the overthrow attempts that were thwarted based on intelligence from who? Yes, Russia. Now, to end this vlog, I want to say this. If you are a child of Nigeria, if you are a citizen of Nigeria, and you have a son of Marvel, I want you to come through, leave a comment, and let me know, do you think that President Ibrahim Traore calling out the Nigerian president for being the chairperson of ECOWAS, is he right? Is it correct to do this? And do you think that as fellow African state leaders, man, they have the right to keep all of these sanctions on their fellow African brother in the name of we want you to go back to the usual, which is the influence and the manipulation of the Western forces and the allies? Leave a comment. That's my time, and I appreciate you watching. You know, I'm just giving my own point of view, but I want all of us to share, because together, man, we are going to make Marveland. We are going to tell the story of Marveland the way it is supposed to be told. And I'm doing my quarter. Thank you, and you have a great one. Peace.